Kevin Murphy, President of Ericsson North Middle East.
How are you, Kevin?
I'm great, and yourself?
Yes. First of all, as you know, Jitex is a very important exhibition in the Middle East. So what is the interest of Ericsson in this exhibition?
Well, we have a presence here today with our stall outside, like you saw. It's an incredibly important event, and this region, this part of the world, is a technology innovation hub. It's a leading area where, in particular, the United Arab Emirates are trying to advance the national agenda by leading with technology. And of course, being a provider of 5G, this is... sorry, will I do the start of it again? Let's start again.
Maybe
Okay, continue.
I'll start the CC Plus that you're here.
So, given that Ericsson is the leading provider of telecommunications equipment in the world, and we have a pioneering position in 5G and 5G standalone networks, it is important that everybody understands our role in the ecosystem and how we innovate technology in order to be able to satisfy the national agendas of many countries, and also to provide meaningful experiences to all end users across the world.
Yes. As you know, internet is very, very important for everyone, every company. So what is your vision for speed internet in Middle East?
For speed and internet in the Middle East? Fantastic question. I think 5G is an enabler to be able to provide leading connectivity capabilities to all of the populations of all the countries. And many people are used to having wireline or even fiber to their home.
Yes.
But now with 5G and 5G Advanced, which is coming, you can have fiber-like experiences with differentiated connectivity offered to end users like yourself and myself. But more importantly, we're going to impact enterprises and the way how enterprises can enable themselves to be more efficient, to be more competitive by tapping into the real attributes of 5G Advanced through standalone offerings by the likes of the operators in this country or any country globally, by the way.
Yes. I need to know for you, as you know, a lot of companies in Middle East, especially in Egypt, already have digitalized information. What is your vision for help us and help all of the country in the Middle East for digital information?
I don't get the question.
Digitalize.
Digitalize.
What is the role for Ericsson?
I think Ericsson can play a very important role in the ecosystem. For example, when we start moving down advanced virtual reality cases, that requires a lot of processing, and that processing takes place in data centers through AI. In order for the experience for you and or I who are wearing that device to be meaningful, it has to be real time. The processing does not take place on the glasses, it takes place in the data center. In order for that data center to operate at the right speed, it needs to be connected through standalone 5G capability that has latency that makes it feel like it's real time on your glasses. So that is one aspect. I think the digitization of all societies is important. Ericsson believes strongly in technology for good. We can empower rural societies, we can empower diverse segments of the population through 5G-enabled education mechanisms or 5G-enabled medicine. So I think overall, as countries digitize, they become more efficient, everybody becomes included in the vision, and you can really affect how small parts of the country that are normally excluded can be included and part of that whole transformation. And this will have a GDP impact on every country that embraces 5G and in particular 5G Advanced.
So in this point, sorry, in your opinion, what's the main challenge faces enterprise and small and medium business in their road to the digital transformation?
The main challenges?
Main challenge.
I think presently...
Especially in Middle East and Egypt.
I get it. So presently I think many countries in the Middle East, I'll exclude the Gulf because the Gulf are quite advanced, and I think everybody can recognize all aspects of society as digitized here. And I would advise anybody to look at the government sector, which is outstanding, right? So that the whole area is digitized. The challenges would be maybe the availability of the actual technology outside of the Gulf. not many countries have actually fully deployed 5G capability yet. Egypt has just done the initial launch.
Yes.
And today in our Q3 results, Ericsson's, we mention Egypt because we're seeing that growth is coming from Egypt and other countries in the Middle East. But that technology needs to be deployed, and the handsets, the ecosystem needs to be capable of tapping into that technology. So one of the challenges is the actual availability of technology, and the other is the ecosystem. And I believe with the right visionary leaders in place in small, medium, large enterprises, if they can see the value of digitization and the efficiencies that they can implement by tapping into AI and so forth, they will have a logical business case to move forward, because they will be able to survive in this new digitized ecosystem.
Yes.
A lot of companies today speak about AI and how can you support from AI. Can you tell me what is the strategy for Ericsson to use AI?
Absolutely. AI is extremely important for the future. The whole world is accelerating in that direction, and I can maybe break it down into one or two different areas. Firstly, internally, we are becoming more efficient as a company by embracing AI capabilities in daily work, in how we operate and how we code even. Externally, AI is very important, especially to our customers, because AI mechanisms that we provide can provide for way more efficient networks. They can provide for real-time analysis of systems that can mean that you have an immediate impact on user experience. For example, you in the future will have a chatbot where you might say on your phone, I'm experiencing a problem with my connectivity. An AI system will be the one that will check the parameters and real-time adapt that to you. This in turn will have a consequence on the cost to run a network operations. So the overall cost structure of an operator will also become more beneficial. So AI impacts all aspects of the ecosystem, from your experience as an end user to how the network provider works around providing that experience and how we design our systems. So AI is something we all need to embrace in a healthy way.
Yes. As you know, a lot of operators for mobile, especially in the world or in the Middle East, to change from operator to IT technology provider. Can you tell me what about your opinion? This is the future or what?
It really depends on the operator strategy, but you're correct. Many operators have decided to expand on the traditional business model, to tap into other adjacent segments, and for example, to provide things like mobile financial services.
Yes.
So if you can combine the mobile financial services offering together with your capabilities of an operator, you're empowering individuals. So I think it's an incredibly important thing for operators to offer and to consider, but it depends on their own strategy. Similarly, the conduit to people is the handset, so perhaps advertisements can be another thing that operators can embrace, or connecting with government services. So for example, in Qatar, where I used to live, your phone number is pretty much your access to your ID, and you can go anywhere with just that phone number.
Yeah.
So it really empowers and simplifies how society can run. So I think it's an incredibly important evolution in how we can exist safely.
Yeah.
But they focusing on the technology solutions. That is more important than the voice services. How can Ericsson help the operators in this side?
So I understand the question.
Concerning your successful partnership with the operators in Egypt, how can you support them to change their business model from focusing on the voice services to the solution technology services?
Fantastic question, and very timely, because today we're doing a big announcement with EAND.
Yes.
We signed a big contract order where we're involved in the complete transformation of their IT system. It's a huge IT bundle deal,
Yes.
touching on all aspects of their billing, charging and so forth, right? Preparing them for standalone capability in the future. This is how we support our operators, by being strategic partners, by talking to them about what the future state of their organization should look like. Not necessarily selling Ericsson, but selling that concept. And then if they're convinced, we then participate in these tenders to be able to win successfully through technical and commercial advantage. However, we are proud to be part of Egypt. I myself have a long-term relationship with Egypt. I was part of launching Etisalat's first network And I'm really happy to be back helping them on the next phase of their journey, which is going now towards 5G and beyond.
اوكي اتفضل.
Finally, I need to know, in your opinion, what about the competition between the Chinese company and Ericsson, especially Huawei? Do you see this is the right competition, or what your opinion?
Very good question. I mean, we face tremendous competition from the Chinese, and we need to respect their capability. They are extremely competent. However, we believe that in the right head-to-head commercial negotiations, we are able to compete strongly with our commercial and technical capabilities. Of course, it's all about how you talk about TCO and values, and in particular in Egypt, there is a lot of focus on the landscape. We have a quite strong position here. We also have a strong position here, but that is good because it creates competition. It demands us to be better. And it forces them to be better. And as long as both parties stay committed to things like 3PP and the standardization, then everybody benefits because our operators will get the best solutions driven by R&D investments that are driven from us being able to compete with each other on the market. But I've lived in China. I have incredible respect for Huawei and so forth. They're an adversary, and I strongly believe that we're well positioned to be able to take them on and tackle head-to-head with them in any commercial arrangement. And we intend to demonstrate this again as the tenders come in for 5G.
Thank you for this meeting.
I wanted to know more about your strategy in coming years, in 26 years in the Middle East and especially in Egypt, especially your cooperation with the government in Egypt.
Sure. So the North Middle East, I think what we have to recognize in my territory, and I cover a number of countries, 5G is still to come.
Yes.
So it is a compelling event that is occurring, that happens once in a generation, and we have to be present. If we lose this opportunity, we will not be in the networks in the future. So my objective is to grow responsibly, with ethical business, with the best technologies, and to be a speaking partner, a strategic partner to not only the operators but also the governments. Because governments need to think about many different things. The world is changing as we see, and we need to be able to ensure that our operators are able to address the needs of both Eastern and Western investment. And that's where we want to play. We want to be strategic partners to make sure that we can equip the countries like Egypt to accelerate on their digital transformation, to be economies that attract investment and drive GDP growth and a better life for all.
Great. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.